Another addition strategy is using the number line. The number line is a strategy that shows a visual representation of what you're adding, and you're adding by place value again. So when you're doing the number line strategy, you first start off by drawing an open line. When you look at the problem 233 plus 184, you first want to ask yourself what makes sense. Does it make more sense to start with 184 and add 233, or start with 233 and add up 184? In this example, it makes more sense to me to add 2 hundreds and then 3 tens instead of adding the 8 tens, which would, I think, for me would be more difficult. So I'm going to start with the 184 because in adding, it doesn't matter what order we add. 184. I am going to add by place value now. I'm going to start with the 200s. So I'm going to add 2 big jumps and label them 100 and 100. It is possible to go ahead and just make a big jump of 200 if you can do that in your head. I'm going to go 184 plus 100 and label that point where it lands on the line as 284. Now I'm going to add the next 100, which would be 384. And I am done with adding my hundreds. Now I'm going to add 3 tens. So I'm going to make 3 jumps of 10. Once again, if you can in your head just add 30, then make 1 jump of 30. So 384 plus 10 is 394. 394 plus 10 is 404. And 404 plus 10 is 414. I have just finished adding those tens. And lastly, I need to add the 3 ones. So I'm going to make a tiny little hop, say plus 3. 414 plus 3 is 417. And I circle my answer. So when you're looking at a problem, it's really important you try to find the easiest way. We don't want to work too hard. We want to be efficient. So I'm going to do what makes the most sense. If I have a new problem here, 376 plus 198, I could draw a number line. Start with 376. I'm going to add 198. So I'm going to start with the hundreds. Make a big jump of 100. I'm going to label that spot where I land as 476. Now I'm going to go to the tens. I need to add 90. So I could do 10 hops, not 10, 9 hops of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got to even draw a longer line. 8, 9. I would have to label every single one of these as a plus 10. Look at all this work. I am working so hard. 476 plus 10. Now I'm going to label these. I go 486, 496, 506, 516, 526, 536, 546, 556, 566. And I'm still not done. I now need to add, so I added my 100. I added my 9 tens. Now I need to add these 8 ones. So 566. Watch what I'm about to do. I am going to, in my head, it's kind of hard to add 8 right now from 566. So I'm going to get to what's called a landmark number. I know 8 can be split up into 4 and 4. And I know 6 plus 4 is going to get me to a nice landmark number of 70. So 566 plus 4 will get me to 570. And now I know I have 4 more to add the 8 total. So I'm going to add 4 more, and this is much easier for me to add. 574. Circle my answer. Whew! That was a lot of work. Now, let me tell you, that is not efficient. We need to get to a more efficient strategy. So I'm just going to clear off the top part here so we can see our problem again. Let's think about this for a moment. If I am adding 376 plus 198, what number is 198 really, really close to? That would be way easier to add. If you're thinking 200, you're right. So here's what I'm going to show you, and watch how much faster this is. Again, I'm going to start at 376. Instead of adding 198, I'm going to go ahead and change that to 200. So I'm going to add a big jump of 200. You can split it up into two 100s if you prefer. 376 plus 200 is 576. And you're saying, that's not the answer? Why did you do that? Well, I know that's not the answer, but now I just need to subtract 2 from that. So I'm just going to do a minus 2, and I'm going to go back 2 to get to 574. So really I have added 198. This distance right here is really 198, but I did it by adding 200 and then taking away 2, which was much faster and much easier. So please do what makes the most sense when using the number line, and good luck on your homework.